Hey guys, it's Sarah with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we have a review and install of these 6-inch I-Step running boards in black, fitting your 19 and newer Ram 1500 crew cab models. These are perfect for the Ram owner who's looking to add the convenience of a step to their truck and wants a running board style option with black finish and a ton of stepping surface. These running boards feature a one-piece design with a 6-inch wide step for ease of entry, especially if your truck is lifted or leveled. And they add a bit of side and rocker panel protection as a bonus. They feature a lightweight aluminum construction with a textured black powder coat finish and a 6-inch wide stepping surface that runs the length of your cab. So as far as price goes, these steps come in at around $300 for the pair, putting them low to middle of the road price-wise when compared to other options. And for your money, you're getting a wide step with a sleek black finish that's going to save you some extra cash over those more pricey options. And as far as the install goes, I'm giving this one a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It does feature a direct bolt-up install that can be done within 2 hours. So with that said, let's check out the install. For this install, we used an impact gun, but a regular hand ratchet will work just fine. You'll also need 13 and 10 millimeter sockets. Alright, so the first step in our install, we're going to grab one of our brackets and head underneath the truck to get it bolted up. Now that we're underneath our truck, you're going to grab your bracket and you'll be going over 2 of the 3 studs that you can see on the body. For the frontmost bracket, we're going to see these 2, top and bottom. Go ahead and slide the bracket over top of both of those. Then you're going to grab your hardware. We're going to go with a washer as well as a lock nut and get it threaded on there. Now there is a bit of adjustability with this bracket, so you do have that option. However, we're going to leave it right about in the middle adjustment and tighten it down now. Grab your 13 millimeter socket and go ahead and get it tightened down. All right, now repeat that for the bottom stud as well. Slide your washer over as well as your nylon lock nut. Go ahead and get it threaded on, and then we will get it tightened down. Now we're moving on to our middlemost mounting point. We have 3 studs here you'll see on the body. Again, we're just gonna go ahead and go over 2 of them. You can go in this configuration. You can also go in this one as well. Either way, it does not matter as long as you're grabbing 2 of the 3 studs. Go ahead and slide your washer over top as well as your nylon lock nut. And we're gonna grab that 13 millimeter socket to tighten it down. Repeat that with your other stud. Go ahead and go over there with your washer as well as your nylon lock nut. Now, as I said before, you can also tighten these down later, up to you. But if you tighten them down now, you do have that option to adjust them later on. Once you have your hardware in place, grab that 13 millimeter ratchet and tighten it down. Now finally, we're back at the rearmost mounting point. Again, we're gonna find our bracket and line it up over the back 2 of these studs. Once you've done that, grab your washer as well as a nylon lock nut. Go ahead and thread it on. Now, because we do have a little bit more room back here, we're gonna use a power tool. But as long as you have your 13 millimeter socket, you are good to go. Go ahead and tighten it down. Repeat that with the bottom stud, washer as well as a nylon lock nut, and with your 13 millimeter socket, tighten it down. All right, so now that we have our brackets mounted up, we can get our step mounted on top of those brackets. First thing we're gonna do is grab the step itself and flip it over so we're looking at the bottom side. You should see 2 channels here. And what we're gonna do is grab the hardware that has a square top to it, line it up in the channel, and slide it down to its approximate location of the brackets. We can always adjust these later. You want 3 in each channel. And now that you have all of those bolts placed, you can flip your step back over so the grooves are up. Then go ahead and start to line it up over top of your brackets. Make sure you adjust it to the position that you want it, and then we can go underneath and get it bolted down. All right, now that we're underneath our step, we're gonna get these 2 studs lined up in this bracket here. You're just gonna lift up on your step and slide those studs, or you can even slide the whole step itself. Just get those 2 lined up and through your bracket. Once you've done that, go ahead and slide on the hardware. We're using a washer as well as a nylon lock nut. Go ahead and get it lined up and threaded on each of those studs. Now there is a ton of adjustability with this step, both back and forth as well as front to back. So make sure that you have it exactly where you want it before we tighten it down. We're actually going to move on to all the mounting points and get the nuts threaded onto your studs and then tighten it down last. Now we're moving on to our second mounting point. Go ahead and lift up that step and get both of those studs lined up. Again, you might need to line up 1 at a time. Once they're both through that bracket, grab your washer as well as your nylon lock nut and get it threaded in place. Again, we're going to leave these loose for now until we have all of the mounting points secured, and then we will tighten them down at the end. Now you can tighten it now, but you may have some issues lining up the studs in your bracket. And now to our rearmost mounting point, go ahead and lift up on the step and slide both of the studs in place. Once you have them in place, make sure you adjust the step exactly where you want it. Grab your hardware. Again, we're using a lock nut as well as a flat washer. And then once you're happy with the step location, grab your 10mm socket and tighten it down. Now you can tighten down the rest of the nuts on the bottom of your bracket. Grab your 10mm socket and tighten them down. All right, and now that the running board is fully installed on your driver's side, repeat that process to install your passenger side running board. Then that is going to do it for the review and install of these running boards. And remember, for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.